Hello! This is the Ramblings of an Indisciplined Mind podcast for Friday, November 11th, 2016. So I did this differently today. So I've got the sun on my face while I'm doing this, which is why for you video folks, I'm kind of trying to keep the post lined up with the sun because that crap is blinding. If you have tried to email me since I switched over to the new WordPress site, it wasn't working, and I just realized that today. I actually had a hint yesterday. I've been noticing I've got my own email set up for the blog post by email just so I can see the posts come in, and the posts haven't been coming in. I thought I screwed up something with the feed, and I've looked at it a little bit, but I haven't had a lot of time, with NaNoWriMoing and whatnot. But then the wife had her email up yesterday, and I saw that she's been getting them still. I'm just like, well, that's weird. So I looked into a little bit more this morning, and the problem is when I switched my domain to point to the new hosting site, I got to do my email for them too. So I had to configure my email address so that it would go where it's supposed to go, and then I got to retrieve it from their servers, not the other servers for the place where I've got the domain registered. So I did that. I got all that done. I can now receive emails again. I thought my inbox was being abnormally quiet, and now I know why. So yeah, just that little bit of housekeeping. So I thought I'd do a review for Inferno, which the wife and I went and saw on Saturday. We have read the book, so I'm going to talk first about the movie itself, and then I will talk briefly about some of the differences. So this is the third movie in the series. Tom Hanks plays this guy by the name of Robert Langdon, who is a symbologist and teacher working at Harvard University. There's two other books in this series. You got Angels and Demons, and you've got the Da Vinci Code. And in this one, he wakes up. It starts off with him waking up at an Italian hospital. He's got a gash in his head that a doctor tells him is caused by a bullet graze. And he's also suffering from some amnesia. He doesn't remember how he got there. He doesn't remember how he got to Italy. The last thing he remembers is from 2 days prior being on campus at Harvard. So as he's trying to kind of dope out what in the heck's going on, this woman dressed as a police officer, who we later learn is an assassin, comes in shooting. She shoots one of the doctors, a male doctor, and so this woman doctor locks his hospital door and manages to take Robert and escape the hospital with him. And in his personal effects, which he thought to bring along, they find this little projector that projects an image of a painting that was made by an old Italian painter years ago of Dante's Inferno. And they get looking at this thing, and they're seeing that Robert's noticing that it's changed, it's different, and there are clues on it. He tries to contact the consulate, but the call gets intercepted, and the woman cop/assassin shows up again. They gave the consulate an address of a hotel that's like across the street so they could watch. And of course, here comes this woman cop and runs inside, gun drawn. They're like, "Oh crap! People are after us!" And then some other people show up, They don't know who they are, but they know exactly where they're at, and they're coming. So they're on the run again. They're on the run again. So the story turns into this. You're doing a hunt for clues. They're running from location to location. There's a clue that's on this image that points them to Dante's death mask, which is at a particular museum. They go to look at it, and it's gone. It's been stolen, to the shock of the museum people. And when they go and look at the video image to see who took it, they see the night before, when Robert Langdon was there, he helped steal it. Now, he doesn't have it. He doesn't remember this. And that, by the way, isn't a major spoiler, because they showed that in a trailer. So that's a minor spoiler. So the story begins this manhunt to figure out, okay, where did he put that? Because there's a clue on it, and you got to get the clue. And it turns into this chase of people chasing him to prevent him from finding what it is he's going to find. Now, what the cause of all this, what they're looking for, is the person that modified the picture of Dante's Inferno is this billionaire named Zobrist. And he is concerned with the world's population. He's got some science, and I do not know how accurate the science might be, but he's got some science that says that once you reach a certain what's the word I'm looking for? Density of population, if you don't do something very, very quickly to relieve that density, then within 100 years that species will be extinct. And he's saying that there is, like, they're looking at some videos of him that he's posted on YouTube, like TED Talks kind of thing, and there are and we're approaching that limit with people, and so he sees the need to thin the herd. And so to that end, he's been hiding for 2 years, and he has developed a pathogen called Inferno. And that's what supposedly at the end of this trail of clues. It's supposed to be released in like 2 days or something like that. And so they know they have to find it, because otherwise there's going to be this mass genocide as part of his culling of the herd, thinning the herd. Zobrist himself is not any help with this, because he has been hiding from the WHO, the World Health Organization. And a couple of WHO agents found him and were chasing him, and he led them up into a bell tower, and rather than going in with them, he jumped off and fell to his death. So he's no help whatsoever for the remainder of the movie. And so I don't want to go too much further into the plot, because there is some mystery yet. There is some deception going on. You're not really sure who to trust. Even Robert Langdon isn't totally sure who to trust. He thinks he's trusting the right people, but we won't. He may not be right. It's one of those things where it's a crapshoot. You got to do what you got to do, and then you'll see what happens after that. Some of the I did have a little bit of trepidation about watching this. The Rotten Tomatoes score on this was horrible. It was like 30, something like that. And I read a couple reviews of it. I'd read the book, so it's not like I could be spoiled on it. You can't steal me either, damn it. But one of the complaints was that you're always running from here to there, and it's a chase movie. They're constantly chasing you. It's like, well, yeah, that's kind of what it is. That's kind of what it does. And then another one I saw complained that you're visiting too many locations. You're jumping from here to there, and it's confusing. And I didn't think it was excessive at all. I certainly wasn't more than like the Da Vinci Code. Certainly wasn't more than your average Bond flick. So the reviews, I thought it was a better movie than the reviews let on. Certainly wasn't it certainly wasn't Gone with the Wind. It's not going to be a classic handed down for centuries, but it was a fun time on that. Now, they did change some things. They changed the ending a little bit, not horrendously so, but they changed it a little bit. And I think I understand why from a story perspective. It does change the feeling of the entire story. In a way, I was sad about that because Dan Brown in the book did some really excellent setting up of your expectations in one particular area. And then he had this twist at the end that, you thought it was going to be A, but it was really B. It accomplished the same result, but it did it in a different way. And I thought that was just expertly done. Even the wife, who can usually see through such things, did not see that one coming because he didn't telegraph it at all. So I thought the movie was good. If you're looking for a chase adventure movie, solve the puzzle kind of thing, then I would definitely say check it out. If you haven't read the book, I would say read the book. The book is obviously more detailed and better, but as far as an adaptation of a book like this, I thought it was well done. Ron Howard does a good job directing, as always. And I think it was a fun movie to watch and eat some popcorn. But I guess I will let that be that. I will be back tomorrow. I have feedback. I'll be talking to you then. So, be seeing you.